A couple of additional terms related to psychopharmacology drug activity. One is tolerance. And so when a drug is acting as either an agonist or an antagonist, it's interfering with the typical neurological processes. So the brain is going to adjust in order to maintain homeostasis. It doesn't want all that neurotransmitter in there, or it doesn't want those low levels of neurotransmitter. So it's going to make adjustments to try to maintain the typical level. So if a drug is an agonist, the body is going to stop producing the neurotransmitter, and then the only way to get the neurotransmitter is going to be from the drug. So what's going to happen is that the individual is going to need to take more of the drug just to keep things at baseline, and then even more to get the effects of the drug. So over time, you have to take more in order to get the same effects. This word is exactly the way we use it kind of in the real world, in the everyday world. Tolerance means you can drink a lot, or you can take a lot of the drug. Withdrawals are also a physiological process, and if you stop the use of a drug once you've developed tolerance, then all of those normative mechanisms, typical mechanisms for producing or stopping the production of the neurotransmitter are not in place. And so the person will generally experience the opposite of the drug, whatever the drug does, while their neurological system is righting itself again. It's very interesting. Some drugs have more severe withdrawals than others, and it's not necessarily predictive of the severity of the drug, or how problematic the drug is. And some withdrawals can be very dangerous, and you need to be hospitalized. Alcohol is one of those. Other drugs, not so much. Heroin, actually, withdrawals are never comfortable, but it's not as dangerous as alcohol withdrawals. So, but there has to be a period of readjustment. Most withdrawals actually take about a week. It doesn't necessarily take very long. It's a nasty week, but it doesn't necessarily take very long for the individual to move through the withdrawals. There's also a phenomenon called placebo effects, and sometimes individuals will experience drug effects even though no actual drug is administered, just because they believe they've taken a drug. So you might get headache relief from taking a sugar pill, even though there was no acetaminophen in the sugar pill. And that's called a placebo effect. And it's just kind of the power of suggestion. And so in any type of drug trial, there has to be a placebo control group that receives everything just as the drug group did, with the exception of no active drug substance, in order to disentangle what is placebo and what is actually drug.